national pharmacy chain operator, and they own these different brands in Brazil. As you can see, the brands tend to be, the chains of pharmacies tend to be distributed by region. So there's a specific chain in a specific region.
The wonderful thing I think about MB107 is that so often schools make the mistake of teaching business in a clinical or purely academic fashion. And when you see the dynamics of human relations, of actually engaging and being able to improvise with substance behind your improvisational skills, these are very powerful things. And you only learn them through doing them and doing them with a tough audience. And so while it's a friendly audience, it is a tough audience in that they have very high expectations of your knowledge and your performance.
My interest is in my shareholders. Can any of you tell me what the strike price was at the close of the market yesterday?
The first time ever working together as a team, trying to understand a company, trying to put together a strategy and philosophy around the company, how to grow the company, how to make it more profitable. They have to get up and stand in front of people that they've never met before, who probably understand the business a lot better than they do, and do it in a way that is comprehensive, team-oriented, and cohesive.
The relevance of this experience is huge, I think, for our students. And we hear about that from them right after they present to the executives, but then after they graduate, we very often get letters and emails and students stopping in our offices to say, I'm so glad I took that course.
As a coach, I have an awesome team, so that made my life very simple. The team is very strong. Everyone has their individual strengths that they brought to the table, and they were able to be very cohesive in formulating of the business plan.
We're once considered a very innovative company, as we were one of the first.
I think the most challenging aspect was working with the team, because you really have to do things based on people's strengths and weaknesses and help each other get through certain things. And it can be frustrating at times when some people maybe don't want to do the same things as you, maybe aren't on the same page as the whole team. But I think we ultimately worked through those and came together at the end.
The thing that's going to be most memorable about doing this project is all the team members were really great, really dedicated, and I think it just goes to show that if you have people that you're working with that are motivated, or if everybody gets everybody else motivated, it really just makes such a difference, you know, and makes the physical work and content of it a breeze.
But they do have access. I made a conscious decision. I think it was related to being on a team to put my fullest effort, and I really did want to succeed. And seeing that I could do that was pretty encouraging.
I was kind of the funny guy. Like whenever we needed a funny moment, kind of just step in and say some ridiculous accent, kind of lighten the mood, because there were a lot of tense moments. Yeah, I guess the Australian accent. Okay, so our group presented today. Did quite well. A couple times, a couple of gators came out and tried to, snag us, but out in the outback, it's dangerous out there.
Learning to work in teams. My principle to all the students is if you put 5 people together, at least 2 of them aren't going to like each other. So right there, you have an immediate learning lesson. How do I get along with someone who I don't like? Not only get along with them, but how do we work effectively when you don't work with people? And that serves as a foundation, potentially, for the rest of my work life.
Their creative ideas that they come up with. I mean, I'm familiar with a lot of these companies, and when I hear the ideas that they've come up with, I'm like, oh my God, I never would have thought of that. I wish I had had this class when I was at Skidmore.
Skidmore is a liberal arts school, and so we are a department of management and business within the liberal arts context. Our students are coming to the class with an umbrella of interdisciplinarity. So they're walking into the classroom where they've just walked out of, say, a history class or an art class, and they're pulling all of those different interests. They therefore bring very different perspectives to the same problem.
And our strategy is what we've named Groupon College.
The pharmacy retail market.
Creativity in our business is absolutely essential to everything we do. And the really tough thing about creativity is to make it effective. We have creativity on one side, but equal effectiveness. Because if you just focus on analysis, frankly, you have no magic. You have none of that spark, that giant leap of imagination that not only solves a problem, but catapults you into a whole new sphere. But if you only focus on the creative side, it's vanity publishing. Because that big, bright, cool idea didn't do anything for anybody else. So it's really about having both. It's about putting creativity to work, which is why I love creative thought that matters. CTM is really important. It's not just creative thought, it's creative thought matters. And I think this is the lesson about the effectiveness of creativity. In our business, it is absolutely everything.